I'm with Miss Khrystal Riviere, and she is from St. Lucia, COO, and you've just come off a panel conversation. The title was very long. I'm going to touch on a few elements of that, okay?
Right.
The intergenerational, right? The artificial intelligence, the future of work. You just took photos with some Miss Teens and beauty queens, and we just bantered about beauty with brains. Let's talk about young people, all right? Let's talk about the world we're living in, the global Africa we're living in, and how artificial intelligence is going to alter the future of work.
Okay, so let's talk also about us creating a school of thoughts that will work for us.
Right.
Because that's one of the things that we couldn't touch on because the panel was so short.
Sure.
But when we think of artificial intelligence, we have an idea based on what we're being fed through the media.
Sure.
But we're not the ones who are behind the media, though.
Right.
We're not the ones pushing the narrative. How can artificial intelligence work for us as Caribbean people, and we're talking about intergenerational, as descendants of Africans, and as Africans? Have we developed our own school of thought and determined how artificial intelligence can really work for us in the agricultural sector, because agriculture is huge for us? Do we put a robot in the field? I'm kidding, but you understand what I mean.
Yeah. If it's waterproof, it's fine. Yeah.
We speak about agroprocessing, and all of these sorts of things that we know are important to us because of what our economies are based on. And so artificial intelligence cannot be looked at in isolation. It has to be looked at in terms of what our developmental needs are as Africans.
So this is the question, right? Because we always, as Africans, are often on the receiving end of these inventions and innovations.
Right.
We're not always at the table when these things are created. So if AI is already years in, like you just said, our key issues regarding agriculture, are we speaking to the answers for our solutions, for our problems? So how do we bridge that? Where do we fit in?
So this is why this is awesome.
Yeah.
The Afreximbank, and this is awesome because whether or not we were at the table hundreds of years ago or 20 years ago, the fact is that we can now utilize what we have to make it ours. You understand? Because there is so much that we have taken and we have made ours, and we have been able to run with it and really call these things our own.
Sure.
So we should not just say, we went at the table, now we're here. What can we do with it? Because we have amazing stories coming out of Africa where you have people who live in places where there was no water, and they have made things happen for themselves. They have harnessed their creativity, their intelligence, their innovation to do that. Right now is our time, and we should take advantage of conferences like this where we are now creating our own table.
So we need to keep developing, right?
Yes.
Because in terms of mindset, in terms of skills development, that's something we need to harness. You're working with the youth directly, and I hope that these are things that you're speaking into.
Yes. But you see, we're not even telling them what we want them to do.
Yeah.
We're telling them, you come with your idea, and then we're going to help you develop
find
it.
the solution.
Yes,
Right.
because we keep telling, we have to tell young people what to do when they're younger, but then now the World Wide Web is literally at their fingertips.
All of us, yeah.
And Gen Z will be even more amazing than the millennials, right? So we don't need to tell them everything step by step what to do. All we need to do is drop a nugget and let them bloom.
Develop.
And guide them along the way, because I don't think that there is a world where we can just let young people go and then older people retire. Because according to the UN, I am no longer youth.
No, we're not. No matter how good they look.
But they will need the guidance, they will need the experience. However, what we need to do is ensure that there's a safety net, so that if they fail, they'll not feel like failures. They will now learn how not to do it next time.
I hear you.
But continue going, because we have to develop for us. Nobody's going to do it for us. Yeah.
So Generation Z, Generation Alpha coming after them, need to be empowered to be able to develop for themselves the answers for their issues, their problems.
Exactly.
But right now, the key headlines, I think, when we talk of global Africa, is to make sure that we're speaking to our current challenges. I love that you talk about agriculture, because most African economies are agro-based. So these are the things we need to start looking into.
And let's move from monocropism.
Yeah.
Let's not just take this one basket and decide we're going to be doing this and this alone.
Yeah.
Let us see how we can grow and we can impact each other.
I like that. Because even in a field, you grow one crop, in the next season you got to grow another crop. It's called crop rotation. So we can't keep doing the same thing again and again.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure speaking
Yeah,
to you.
appreciate your time and enjoy the rest of your time here in the Bahamas. I know for you it's not a big deal, but for us it is our first time, so yeah.
And maybe next time we will hop back
I
across.
like this is the second time this has been mentioned on this platform, that you must come to us this time.
Right.
We will invite you to Africa and come and
As
feel
soon as
it.
we could get that direct flight over.
We created one. Okay, so make a
Awesome.
plan.
Awesome.
Okay, we made one, so the same way we made a plan to get
Yes,
you,
yes.
make
yes.
a plan to come.
Please, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
You too.
Alrighty.
Take care. Bye.